Gabana Igili on Standing Out. Hello viewers at home. You are welcome to another exciting edition of Standing Out. As you all know, I remain your regular host, Sheyi Stanley. But with me today is a special lady, an epitome of beauty, Adumadon, a lady with beauty and brain. Not be all those ladies where they get beauty, but they don't get anything for upstairs. So by the time you see Gabana Igili, she's very successful in her career. A mother, a wife, and every good thing that you can find in a virtuous woman. So today on Standing Out, she'll be speaking to you on 7 romantic ways a man can win the hearts of his wife. Yes, romantic. I've been at the shame. I never hear of that romantic. Hey. All you men listening to me, you guys listening to me, forget about Africa. To win the heart of your wife, you need to be romantic. That's the reason why the Bible said that husband love your wife and wife submit to your husband. A wife will not submit to you by coercion. When a woman submit to you by coercion, you have become a slave master. When a woman submit to you because you are always beating her, then you are sinning against God. When a woman submit to you because of your arrogance and your ego, then that is not that kind of submission. You can only win a woman's submission by being romantic. Don't let me say everything. Let me invite Gabana Igili herself as I step aside. You're welcome, Adumado.
Thank you so much, Madam Sheyi, for that introduction. I was just laughing all through. Thank you for having me here. It's a huge honor, it's a great privilege, and I'm ready to say it as it is. Thank you so much. Okay, I will start. For a man to win his wife's heart, he has already done part 1 of the job when he was wooing her, when he dated her, and also when he courted her before marriage. We find out that most men, the things they did when trying to woo their women, while dating her and while courting her, as soon as the lady says yes and they get married, that is it. They no longer do those things, and they actually forget that it is actually those things that would actually keep the marriage going, that will keep the wife going, and also make the wife glow at all times. Okay, it's not just enough to say, okay, my wife, you need to submit to me, do this and that. No, we are not like in a military regime. The home should be a place whereby it should be free flow of everything, of communication, of listening, of love, free flow without being forced. Mami Sheyi talked about coercion. Nobody should be coerced. As the wife, I shouldn't be coerced. I shouldn't be forced to love you, my husband. There are things you will do that naturally the love and the submission will just come. It will just come. And I'm not leaving out the romantic parts. Just because we are married does not mean, okay, I'm now a married man. No, we don't have to do all that. No, we need to do those things. We need to talk about them. So I'll go right away. Okay, so there were some things I actually, looked out for in a man before I got married to my husband. And as God will have it, he actually gave me a man of my dreams. And I'm so thankful and grateful to God for bringing him my way. One of the things that endeared, him to me was his love for God. We actually met in church. He was a worker in church. We were attending Living Faith at the time in school. He was in a unit called crowd control unit, and I was, in the choir and the drama. We were also in the drama unit together. So he loved God. And for me, I told myself that, okay, a man that can actually love God will in turn love his wife and also love his children. That was one thing that, attracted him to me, that made me start thinking, okay, I won't even need to think too much about his proposal of wanting to get married to me. And I found out that, okay, after we got married, his love for God hasn't changed. Maybe in the terms of service, he is not really there as he used to be before we got married, but he still loves God. So that's my number one point. For you to, for my husband to be endeared to me, he has to have, the love for God has to be paramount, has to be number one. He should be prayerful. I don't have to force him to pray. When it's time, okay, Jerry, let's pray. We are praying, and he's praying. He's also, praying in the spirit. He's very spiritual. He does not joke with the things of God. Because if you can love God that much, you also love me and also love my children. And I'm grateful and thankful to God that he has given me that kind of man. Except if you're a wife that is looking for another thing. But for me, it is one of the things that I was actually looking out for. Because I wouldn't want any man that would drag me down spiritually. I wouldn't want that. I want my growth in God, to be on the increase. Not while I'm trying to go up, somebody's trying to pull me down. No, we should be on the same page. We should be on the same page. So that's number one. And number two, a listener. A listener. I don't want to have a man, women, wives, let me use that word. Wives do not want to have husbands that just want to be the man of the house, the talker, and the woman will just be like this. Okay, do this, yes sir. Don't go there, yes sir. Stay here, yes sir. No, it's not done that way. If you keep doing that, there is no way you will win the heart of your wife. There is no way you will win the love of that woman. Women in such marriages will just want to be there, okay, for my children's sake, but they are dying silently. Learn to listen to your wife. There are so many things that, we have bottled up. Like Papa Oyedepo once said, like, women, he even says about his wife, Papa Oyedepo, like, chatterbox, a woman will come back from work, my husband does it all the time. How was work? Hey, I will start from this one that happened. This supervisor did this person did this staff did this. But by the time you just ask him, how is work? Okay, the work was fine. Oh, well. We like to talk as women. We want to bear it out. And men should be there to listen to us. Our husband should be there to listen to us. And I bless God that my husband has never been tired of listening to me. In spite of my talk. I talk, he listens. It gives me time to talk. We bear our minds. We talk it out. Okay? And another point is communication. Because it's not enough to want to communicate and one party is not listening. Then the communication it's not even called communication again. So a wife and the husband should learn to communicate. If there's anything that has to be discussed, There's nothing my husband does that he doesn't let me know. There's nothing I do that I don't let him know. Before my dad passed on last year, I always say this. There are two most important men in my life, and that is my dad and my husband. Anything I'll tell my dad. If I tell my husband, he'll be like, okay, let's ask Papa. And you will find out that what my daddy will say, okay, it's like this. It's the same thing my husband will also say. What am I trying to say? So now that my dad is no more, it is my husband that is my all in all. We talk, we communicate, we bear our minds. If there is anything, okay, this thing you did, I don't like it. This is the way to do this. Even as much as talking about, our love making. Yes, permit me to say that. We talk, and there are some things he even teaches me, and I'll be like, wow, I never even knew all this. And I was even thinking, okay, he might not even know. He does. So it's when we are communicating, we talk about these things. Okay? So if your husband is God-fearing, for a lady that is also God-fearing, you will definitely win the lady's heart, the lady's submission, and with the lady's respect. And if the husband is also a listener, that's also another point. And also a communicator. Learn to listen to your wife. Learn to listen to your wife. Don't just be the talker. Allow her to also bear her mind. And also number 4, my husband should be able to respect me and love me. You don't just love me, show it. It's not about telling me I love you, I love you, I love you. The number of times my husband actually told me I love you is minimal compared to the number of times he has shown me love. There are two things here: saying it and acting it out. It's not enough to just tell me I love you. Show me proof that you love me. Not be by mouth, not by mouth alone. Show it. So I need to see that evidence. And whether we like it or not, we are women. We like gifts. We like to be pampered. We like to be nurtured. Give us gifts. Before you know, wait till we dey talk no to before we go tell you yes. We go tell you yes. Yes, that's it. Learn to pamper your wife. Surprise her. And there was a day I was at work and a package just came to go, okay, you have a dispatch down. So I was like, okay, I wasn't expecting any dispatch. Really? I went down, I saw my name on the pack. I didn't order for anything now. I took it upstairs. So my other colleague was like, and open it now. I was like, what am I opening? No, but it's your name that is there. Your name, your number, your office address. I opened the package and I saw these shoes, like very brown boots like that. I'm like, these are lovely. But I never ordered for any of these things, okay? I now asked the dispatch person, who sent you to bring this? She mentioned the person's name. And I had to call the lady. I didn't order for this thing. You're very laughing. Your husband did. I'm like, my husband did what? And he never told me anything. That is what love is. Surprise your woman, surprise your wife. When I got home that day, like, I was just laughing, he was just laughing at me. I wasn't expecting it. And just tell me, why won't I love a man like that? Why won't I appreciate a man like that? I will even look beyond his excesses, and whatever he does, okay, that I'm angry with, I will even quickly forgive him. That's number 4? I can't read, I've really lost count. Then another point is a man that is forgiving. I've learned of some men, I've spoken with some women, I've been privileged to be with be with a women gathering and hear the things some women say about their husband, like husband will follow and keep malice for days, and I'm like, At times I tend to want to do that, like at the early stage of our marriage, and I also want to be like, Jerry, what is it now? It's okay and all that. I'll be like, leave me. I would say I was one that was almost teaching him how to even keep malice. Okay, you don't want to talk. Okay, when you're ready. I swing moods a lot. So that brings me to this point of the husband should know the kind of woman he's married to. My husband knows me, totally. So if he knows I am in that my swinging mood, he lets me be. At the early stage of our marriage, you want to come like, Jerry, what is it now? Leave me. I want to have my long time. But I just talk to myself, I am no longer a single lady, I'm now married. You can't choose to just have your alone time like that. You want to get angry with your husband. But my husband was always, in fact, I never see, in fact, I give it up on my husband. He forgives. The things that I have done, hey, Lord have mercy. If not because we just told ourselves like, okay, whatever it is, we settle it like between ourselves, don't take it out. He forgives easily. That is another thing. And these are things you will notice during courtship and dating. But because of some ladies out of desperation, and they will tell you, okay, time is going. Which time they go? Their time is going, and I'm just want to get married. They will overlook all those things in a man. There is no way a man will just change during marriage and be exhibiting some things that he never exhibited while he was dating or courting you. He was doing those things, but because of your own, how will I put it now, like, just chose to overlook them, that he's going to change. Nalayo, a man that did not change when he was dating or courting you, and nothing is going to change during marriage, it is a lie. It is a lie. So I'm so thankful and grateful for the husband God gave me. He has a forgiving spirit. He loves me and he shows it. He's a family man. He loves the children. So tell me, why won't I love that kind of man or respect him or show him love? And also, my other point, a man, this point, he has to be good in bed, though. He has to be good in bed. I am saying it like in prayers of everybody. He has to be good in bed, because yes, we have different, sexual cravings. I would say, okay, my husband and I is more than I am, but because of, I wouldn't want to deny him of what is rightfully his. I remember after our marriage, our wedding, before we left for the hotel, my mom called me aside and told me that, okay, you're married now. As regards sex, love making, because once you're married, you no longer have sex, you're making love, because you're now married, you're now together, you're bonded. But like when it comes to love making, anytime your husband wants it, allow him go, because I know you. I'm like, Mama, what's else when you're telling me? Because she knows. I started having sex at the age of 31. So I knew what it was entering the marriage. So when it comes to our sexual life, my husband is, there compared to where I am. But because of, we talk it out, he's gentle with me, with the foreplay, he gets me into the mood while we are at it and all that. And before you know, I am enjoying my sexual life, you know, my love making time with my husband. So it's actually a rare privilege. I am thankful and grateful to God for actually bringing him my way. So I believe with these points that I've raised so far, I'm sure there are more than 7. I can't even remember how many things I have said. Okay, but with these little things I have said, beginning with the first one, you know, as long as he loves God, he's going to love you. He has to respect you. He has to respect you, you know, he has to be a listener, he has to be a communicator, you know, he has to show his love, not just saying that he loves you. And also he does not need, he shouldn't deny you your right of having the best sexual experience, because you cannot have it with anybody else. I can't go anywhere else to go and seek for it. It has to be with him. So since it's with him, I'll have to enjoy it to the full. And I must tell him I am enjoying it and I am not going anywhere. So thank you so much.
Gabana Igili, a round of applause. Thank you very much. God bless you for taking up time with us on Standing Out.
Thank you.
Watch out for the part of the man. Stay tuned. God bless you. Bye bye.